So what do you have tonight?
Seriously, that's the greatest intro
Isn't it the best?
ever.
It's the thing I look forward to most every week.
It is the greatest intro ever. Okay, I got two things. One, and I warned Greg about this. So today, what is today? Thursday?
Thursday, they say.
So once a week we have to do, we get to do a press conference. And so we do it before practice. And to try and soften up the media, we bring Crumbl cookies Crumbl cookies, also a sponsor. We bring Crumbl cookies to every press conference to feed the media. We feel like full stomachs make them kinder writers. And so the cookies got there late today, so we had some extras. So Tyson Jex, our incredible SID, was carrying them around, and they ended up down at practice on the bench. And so I was so excited for practice. Like, I'm trying to focus on practice day, but I'm seeing that pink box over there, and I can't wait to get to it. And so I race over there right after practice, empty. I look around, sitting right in front of it is Greg Wrubell wiping crumbs off of his. Yes.
I was in the vicinity, but I could be tested tonight. I've got no Crumbl in me at all. I know who it was, but it wasn't me.
So my second thought of the day is I'm reading President Nelson's book, Heart of the Matter, an incredible gift from the Archibald family, which I'm so grateful for. I'm almost done. So every time I finish a book, it's a miracle, actually. And I love it so much. And I thought I'd talk about one of the things that we do on our team that's super important. So President Nelson, one of I mean, if there's a human being that's lived a more extraordinary life, like, it's just breathtaking. And such an incredible leader. And so a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago, he gave an incredible talk about gratitude, yes? Mm-hmm. So on our team, every other day, maybe after practice, we will get in a gratitude circle. We all put our arms around each other, and we'll be in the circle in a huddle like this. Everybody that's affiliated with practice, and we'll go around the circle and kind of talk about what we're grateful for. So I thought it could be super fun to do it tonight on the show.
So everybody down, out of your seats, and we're going to just one big...
So I'm going to ask for like 4 or 5 courageous people, because this is such a great human exercise, and we need to make the world a better place. And the way we do that is by remembering what we're grateful for. Could I get a couple people to raise their hand and stand up on national television and say their name and say what they're grateful for? Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous.
Okay.
When you're in charge, I feel great about
Do I
everything.
have any volunteers?
Just make sure you speak nice and loud.
In the pink BYU hat, which I love. Stand up, say your name.
My name is Kimberly.
And what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my family.
Okay, I love it. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you for sharing. This young man in the fire blue BYU sailor cap. Wait, stand up. What's your name?
Jack, and I'm thankful for being here.
Okay.
Being here, yeah. You and me
I
both.
also am grateful for being here. Anybody else jump in here? Yes.
I am grateful to have a great head coach who represents this university so well.
That's very kind. You tell us your name.
I'm Keith Holdaway.
Keith Holdaway. Very nice. And we could do a couple more. It's your chance. Yes.
I think I have a cougar on my shoulder.
That is
you do.
awesome, actually.
It's not a wildcat, it's a cougar. I'm Bob, and I grew up in Provo watching all the grades. I'm going to cry. It was so fun to come here and watch basketball at BYU. It was amazing. Crescent Joseph, all those guys. And it's even better. So I love you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We're all been blessed by these teams and these great players and coaches and institution that's here. One last person. I know someone's dying to do this. Yes, right here.
Okay, so I'm Christian, and I'm grateful probably for my dad. He's like the most influential person in my life, and
Yeah, thank you so much. That's really great. Okay, I know you're dying to go. Let's go.
My name's Griffin, and I'm grateful for my family.
Amen, brother.
Attaboy, Griffin.
I love it.
Thank you, folks. Good stuff.
We were recently in a gratitude circle, and Andrew Feger, Coach Feger's son, is spent a lot of the Christmas break at the gym because he loves to be there, and so he spends all day there with his dad. And they're a diehard Green Bay Packers, and he came this day decked out in Green Bay Packers gear. And so we got in the gratitude circle, and it was Andrew's first time being in the circle. And he's pretty young, and so someone called on him to say what he's grateful for, and he just said, "My dad." Everyone expected him to say the Packers. He said, "My dad." And Coach Feger, who has no emotion whatsoever, I kid you not, he teared up. It was actually beautiful. It's so healthy. Like, it's a beautiful thing to remember what we're grateful for. It just makes the world better, man. It makes us all feel better, and it's an incredible gift to do it, and it's great counsel from the prophet, and I love the whole thing.
What are you grateful for right now?
I'm grateful for Greg Wrubell.
No.
No. I'm gonna tell you, I'm grateful for Greg Wrubell because I've been at a lot of different places, professional and college, and I don't know if there's a person that does this better in his job and that is more devoted to his job for not just being a profession, but being more than a profession, which BYU is. I'm super grateful for you, man.
Wow. Well, I'm the fortunate one. I'm the blessed one. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Well, yeah, a little basketball. Phase 1 of our season, let's say, is in the books right now.
Yes.
A really strong phase 1 too,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, I'm really proud of our guys. You know, we've talked about this for the last couple of weeks, but our guys have forged an identity, and it's really important. We're about to do the hardest thing that BYU basketball has ever done, face the most challenging conference season that BYU basketball has ever faced by a million miles. And we're going to rely on our identity when things get weird or things get tough or things get scary. It's a matter of like holding strong to who we are and how we believe in playing this game and how we're successful playing this game. And we're going to be challenged, and it's awesome. The fact that we walk into this having a firm identity, I think is going to be a real gift for us. You
use this. It's a simple 2-letter word, but there's a lot in it, and you use it a lot. You say, "Let's be us. Let's play like us." What does that mean for people that have seen you play? They go, "I think I know it," but what is us?
Yeah, so us is like, it's a list of things that our guys are so tired. They're not tired of hearing, but they would say the same things. It's us on the offensive glass and defensive glass in a unique way. It is all 5 guys, every single possession, getting a hit on the defensive glass. That's it. It's all 5 guys. On the offensive glass, it is all 4 guys every single time being accountable to their teammates to go push on the offensive glass. Every single time. And there's a list of it. And most of the things that are us on our team is not about an individual doing it, but it's all 5 guys doing it together. And that's where we're going to find space to win. Standing toe-to-toe in a one-on-one game is going to be really hard for us. It's just not who we are. It's not what our team is. But if you give us a chance to go 5-on-5, which a lot of times ends up being us 5 against their 3, or us 5 against their 2, or us 5 against their 4, we can do some damage. And so we have a long list that we know very well that we just encapsulate with those words about being us.
Okay. One of the guys that is going to join us, or you, again, hopefully on the weekend, is Fousseyni Traore. It's been 6 weeks without Fous.
Yes, we missed him. We miss Fous, man. He's been a fixture in our program for the last 2.5 years. And this has been the longest stretch we've been without him, and he's such a key piece to not just our execution on the court, but our spirit in the locker room and in a huddle. And we're grateful to, he had a full practice today, so we're keeping our fingers crossed we'll have him Saturday.
Okay, that's great. And you are getting ready now for the Big 12 grind. It is here, 18 games, and they're not all necessarily quad ones right now. More may join the fray in terms of that category, but they're all going to feel like that quad one gauntlet you've got in front of you more nights than not in this league, and it starts on Saturday.
It's a daunting list, but it's really great. We're going to all have fun doing this together. And we're going to go through some great times and some really scary times, and some times like, man, could anything else go worse? And that's the fun of this journey. And we'll come out the other end, and it's going to be really special. And it's going to be our first foray into growing into the program that we've always dreamed we'd have the opportunity to be.
Before I get to the Wyoming highlights from the weekend, that was our last game. Start the week, and I see you, hear you chatting with John Rothstein, one of the nation's most preeminent basketball writers. You're on Jim Rome the next day. A lot of people are taking note of BYU basketball right now.
Yeah. That's because a lot of people are suspicious about us, I think. A lot of people are suspicious, like, is this crew really real? And, you know, of course, there's a lot of attention because we're going to the Big 12. There's a lot of attention because probably a lot of people underestimated what this group was capable of doing and what these guys were building. And there's a lot of anticipation just because of how our team has done what they've done so far, which is pretty spectacular. And so I love it. Like, this is what, you know, we talk about this sometimes. One of the things, BYU athletics is really important, and it means a little bit more than basketball. It just does at BYU. It's just a little bit more than basketball. It is. There's no way to get around it. And the fact that we get to be highlighted right now, doing the things the way we're doing them with the guys that we're doing them with is actually pretty great. I love it. I think it brings people hope, and I think it brings them encouragement, and I think it brings them wonder and anticipation, and like all of us are wondering what's going to happen.
These are all great words. I love it. It's fantastic.